This one was sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Phil Godbay in Bethel Ridge, Kentucky. Recently, William Regal stated that he doesn't like the use of the term mark. So to flip the question, what insider terms do you not like marks like me using? For example, the boys, blading, color, babyface, heel, kayfabe, swerve, work, shoot. As a fan, I don't like to use these terms because I'm not a wrestler or in the wrestling industry in any way. But where do you stand on everyone using these terms? And lastly, which one of these offends you or offended you the most?
Well, gee, there's a lot of subtext to that, subplots, streams going out every which way. At first, when regular civilians started using wrestling terminology, every time I would hear it, my butthole would clench and I would quiver, and it's like somebody hit me kind of halfway with a fucking blunt instrument where I'm like, what the fuck? And it was very disturbing because it was a sign that, shit was getting out. And I knew that wasn't going to be good. Lo and behold, here we are. All these years later, I was right. But then finally you can't stop it. And then everybody started making up their own words. I put a glossary of actual wrestling terms in Behind the Curtain, my highly prized graphic novel, on sale now at JimCornette.com. There's like 5 pages of glossary of the terms and the meaning of those terms, because now even the wrestlers and the people in the business don't know where they came from, don't know how to use them. So, and now I hear wrestlers using insider wrestling terms and misusing them, and it makes me shake my head worse than when civilians were using them and knew what they meant. As far as no wrestling terms offend me at all, and it didn't offend me, like hurt my feelings or offend me, like you'd get offended if somebody told an off-color joke about your mother or something. It just bothered me because that was another indicator that shit was going south, is when people started picking up on all the terminology. I mean, when Snoop Dogg started doing the weird brand of Carney in the fucking records, I was like, fuck. If they're close enough that they're going to figure this out, and we won't be able to call a fucking spot again. Of course, it's not proper Carney, but it's close enough. Anyway, Mark never offended me because there's different gradations of Mark. I'm a mark for, as we've just talked about, I'm a mark for Family Guy on TV. I'm a mark for the Eagles. I'm a mark for fucking whatever. Because I'm not just a passing fan, but a dedicated fan. The boys say that all the time. I'm a real mark for so-and-so. Back in the old days, a mark in the ring. That was to get everybody to come help. A mark, if you're using the term in a derogatory fashion and meaning it derogatorily, if that's a word, then that's not nice for your customers, right? But I see some people go, well, I'd never call them marks. Well, I don't care. Call them marks, call them fans. I'm a mark. I'm a fan for so-and-so. I'm a mark for so-and-so. It's only if, like, you're saying that fucking mark that fucking threw that goddamn pig shit in my eyes. If I could have got my fucking gun out, I'd have shot that no good mark. Well, that's a little fucking derogatory. But I saw what Regal said. And yes, if you're going to be a nice person, you probably shouldn't call your customers marks. But since the word mark has softened up over the past 100 years, it's not really that big a deal anymore. But the original term, as we all know, the word mark, it didn't have anything to do with wrestling. The mark was the fucking victim in a confidence scheme, whether it be at the carnival or just a fucking ploy to bilk somebody. That was the mark, as a dumb, gullible individual that's about to get parted from his money. And if you just look at wrestling fans like that, then yes, that is a derogatory term, and you are being pretty much of a prick. But since now everybody says they're a mark for something, it's become part of the conversational vocabulary.
Another word that's become part of the conversational vocabulary is seed.
Seed! You know why? Boy, you're not even fucking going to give me a goddamn complete sentence anymore.
That was a sentence. For the record, that was a sentence.
Just barely. Just barely. But folks, if you're wondering what seed is, you don't have anything on me because I was trying to find out all about this stuff because I've been told that not all probiotics are created equal. Some of the probiotics are stronger and better than others. But Seed's Daily Synbiotic is the real deal. It's a proprietary formulation of 24 distinct probiotic strains in scientifically studied dosages, a broad spectrum 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic. And its proprietary engineered 2-in-1 capsule protects the probiotics through your digestive system to ensure delivery to the colon. And folks, I've said it before, whether you're probiotics, antibiotics, prebiotics, whatever your stance on biotics, the one thing you've got to get right is delivery straight to the colon by the shortest means possible. I'm surprised they don't have you sticking this stuff up your ass, but they don't.
They
because
don't.
They don't. You don't have to shove this up the Hershey Highway because you can just take this orally and it will be protected all the way through your digestive system so that the colon that is waiting for it can get the delivery of probiotics and prebiotics that it is so anxiously awaited. And folks, if you've taken a probiotic before and you never felt a difference, it's likely because the good bacteria was not surviving your GI tract. It got all ate up with whatever the fucking last week's Taco Bell, whatever's sitting in your gullet, ate that fucking probiotic up before it got to the colon. Well, now Seed is protecting all the various biotics to go all the way to your colon. And once they get to your colon, they're going to stay there and they're going to keep working. You're not going to be able to get this shit out of your ass. It is going to stay there and it's going to work for you because a daily synbiotic supports benefits in and beyond the gut. Your gut and your asshole and all the things that connect those two together. Seed supports ease of bloating, healthy regularity, possibly in some cases you'll be unstoppable. Have a cork standing by.
You will be able to control yourself. I just want to make sure we throw that in
No,
there.
you'll be uncontrollably happy about how much better you feel, and you'll be skipping and walking on air and doot, 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 and all that stuff. And I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring, because as you're walking down the street, you're going to be leaving a trail of healthy regularity down the sidewalk. It supports, this Seed stuff supports your gut barrier, which is a barrier between your gut and things that want to get in your gut. It supports skin health, heart health, micronutrient synthesis, which is a thing that all micronutrients have to do before they can become real boys. And I'm telling you, overall, the Seed stuff, and they send you the jar of the biotics, and then they send you another capsule that's marked bacteria, and it looks like something a terrorist would be carrying in a Die Hard movie, so don't show it to strangers without completely explaining yourself. However, you can start a new healthy habit today and support good gut health, ease of bloating, healthy regularity, ease of evacuation, heart health, skin health, micronutrient health, all those kind of things. Seed.com/drive. Use the code DRIVE to redeem 20% off your first month of Seed's Daily Synbiotic. Seed.com/drive. Use the code DRIVE, 20% off your first month. I'm telling you, you will shit yourself. You'll feel so good. You'll be tickled shitless. Actually, no. You'll be full of shit. You'll be tickled shittier with Seed. Plant a little seed and let it grow.